Hollywood lost one of its greatest actors this past week as Gene Hackman passed away at the age of 95. However, what initially seemed like the peaceful passing of a beloved star has unraveled into one of the most shocking investigations in history. The mystery deepened when Hackman's daughter, Leslie Hackman, vanished immediately after his funeral, ignoring multiple police summons. Her sudden disappearance prompted the FBI to issue a warrant for her arrest, setting off a chain of events more terrifying than anyone could have imagined. Authorities made the unprecedented decision to exhume Hackman's body, and what they found inside his coffin left the world in disbelief. Traces of an unidentified toxin were detected in his system, suggesting that his death was not natural but a carefully orchestrated murder. Could Leslie Hackman have played a role in her father's death, or is she running from an even greater threat? With more questions than answers, the truth remains shrouded in mystery. As the world mourned Gene Hackman, his daughter's actions raised suspicions. Even before the news of his passing had fully spread, Leslie had already vanished. Investigators soon uncovered a series of unsettling financial transactions linked to her. Large sums of money were withdrawn from Hackman's account shortly before his death. Even more suspicious, Leslie was spotted at Denver International Airport a day after his confirmed death, purchasing a one-way ticket to Mexico. Yet, according to immigration records, she never arrived. Did she change her destination? Or was she traveling under a false identity? Unlike many children of Hollywood legends, Leslie chose a different path, building a career in finance, a world filled with high risks and dangerous temptations. She had been linked to questionable financial dealings, including cryptocurrency schemes, high-risk hedge funds, and alleged tax evasion. Reports suggest she was involved in international money laundering operations, funneling millions through anonymous accounts to obscure their origins. These financial scandals caused a rift between father and daughter, culminating in Hackman cutting her off in 2023, forcing Leslie to fend for herself in increasingly dubious financial ventures. As the investigation progressed, even more disturbing details emerged. On February 26, 2025, the bodies of Gene Hackman and his wife, Betsy Orokowa, were discovered in their Santa Fe home. However, forensic data from Hackman's pacemaker revealed that he had actually died on February 17, 9 days earlier. Why was his death unnoticed for so long? And why did Leslie flee immediately after? Surveillance footage confirmed Leslie's presence at Denver International Airport on February 18th, where she purchased a ticket to Mexico. However, there was no record of her entering the country. Either she altered her plans at the last minute, or she traveled under a false identity. Meanwhile, investigators discovered a series of highly unusual financial transactions just before Hackman's death. Millions of dollars were transferred from his accounts to one linked to Leslie before being quickly dispersed, following a classic pattern of money laundering. Adding to the mystery, the FBI uncovered a brief yet cryptic phone call made from Hackman's phone to an untraceable number in Mexico just before his death. The call lasted less than a minute, but its existence raises serious questions. Was Hackman trying to send a warning, or was he forced to make the call? Piecing together these chilling clues, the FBI began viewing Leslie Hackman not as a mere witness but as a potential prime suspect. Internal reports suggest that the FBI has secretly issued a warrant for her arrest, citing financial crimes and possible involvement in a larger, more sinister conspiracy. But the revelations didn't stop there. A deeper examination of Hackman's initial autopsy report revealed troubling inconsistencies. While his official cause of death was listed as heart failure, forensic experts detected traces of an unknown compound in his bloodstream, one capable of mimicking heart attack symptoms while actually inducing poisoning. Additionally, crucial financial documents tied to Hackman mysteriously vanished just before his death. A witness then came forward, claiming Hackman had voiced concerns about his health and even hinted that he feared for his life. With mounting evidence suggesting foul play, the FBI made the historic decision to exhume Hackman's body and re-examine the case from the ground up. Now, as the world waits with bated breath, one burning question remains: what will they uncover when they open Hackman's coffin? The investigation into the death of Gene Hackman took a dramatic turn when authorities exhumed his coffin, searching for definitive proof of foul play. From the moment Hackman and his wife, Betsy Orokowa, were discovered dead in their Santa Fe home, investigators sensed something was deeply wrong. There were no signs of forced entry, yet the front door was wide open, an unusual occurrence for Hackman, known for his private and cautious nature. If no intruder had broken in, why had the door been left open? Adding to the mystery was the fate of Hackman's dogs. His loyal German Shepherd was found dead inside a closet, while his 2 other dogs remained alive. If an environmental cause, such as a gas leak or carbon monoxide poisoning, was responsible, all 3 dogs would have been affected. The fact that only 1 perished suggested a targeted poisoning, raising suspicions that a toxic substance had been deliberately introduced into the household. Further complicating the case, the initial autopsy report was inconclusive. While Hackman's death was attributed to heart failure, no extensive toxicology screening was conducted to rule out the presence of foreign substances. This oversight created a glaring gap in the official investigation, leaving open the possibility that Hackman may have been poisoned without anyone realizing it. A former housekeeper who had worked for Hackman provided a chilling testimony to the FBI. According to her statement, Hackman had complained of unusual health symptoms shortly before his death and even voiced suspicions that someone might be trying to poison him. This added significant weight to the theory that his death was not as natural as it initially appeared. A breakthrough came when investigators analyzed data from Hackman's pacemaker. The device revealed that his heart had stopped on February 17, 2025, yet his body was not discovered until 9 days later. Strangely, no one had reported him missing, and neither neighbors nor relatives had suspected anything was wrong. Why had no alarm been raised? Betsy Orokawa's death also raised suspicions. Initially ruled as a result of a rare respiratory condition, a deeper examination revealed possible traces of a biological toxin in her system. This suggested that she too might have been murdered. Scattered prescription pills near her body fueled speculation that she may have been forced to ingest a lethal dose or had been poisoned in another, more discreet manner. As investigators delved into Hackman's financial records, they uncovered more alarming anomalies. Large sums of money had been withdrawn from his accounts shortly before his passing, with a significant portion traced to an account linked to his estranged daughter, Leslie Hackman. The situation became even more suspicious when Leslie vanished immediately after his funeral and refused to cooperate with law enforcement. Additionally, critical financial documents related to Hackman's estate had been altered or deleted just before his death. Were these changes made to manipulate Hackman's assets, or were they part of a larger financial conspiracy? With mounting evidence suggesting foul play, the FBI took an unprecedented step. They requested federal court approval to exhume Hackman's body. The goal was to conduct a more thorough autopsy to determine whether traces of a sophisticated poison or another method of homicide could be detected. As news of the exhumation broke, public reaction was immediate and intense. Media speculation ran rampant, with theories ranging from Hollywood power players to secretive organizations potentially being involved. Hackman's surviving family members opposed the decision, arguing that his body should be left undisturbed. But the FBI pressed forward. The exhumation was conducted under tight security, with an elite forensic team overseeing the process. Despite attempts to keep the operation confidential, the media quickly caught wind of it. By dawn, reporters and camera crews swarmed the Santa Fe cemetery, eager to capture any developments in the case. Upon opening the coffin, the forensic team faced their biggest challenge yet. Natural decomposition complicated toxicology screenings, but with state-of-the-art forensic technology, they remained confident they could uncover crucial evidence. Initial observations found no signs of external violence, no wounds, bruises, or indications of restraint, suggesting that Hackman had not been murdered in a conventional manner. However, a critical discovery was made upon analyzing his internal organs. Despite the passage of time, traces of toxic substances were still present in his tissue samples. An FBI insider disclosed that a foreign compound had been detected in Hackman's bloodstream, one that did not match any medications he had been prescribed. This finding fueled suspicions that he may have been exposed to a rare toxin or deliberately poisoned. Additionally, data from Hackman's pacemaker revealed an unusual pattern. His heart rate fluctuated erratically in the hours leading up to his death, indicating that his body had experienced extreme physiological stress or had been affected by an external factor. With this new evidence in hand, investigators were left with more questions than answers. If Hackman had been poisoned, who was responsible? Was his death part of a larger conspiracy or the result of a personal vendetta? And what role, if any, did his estranged daughter play in the unfolding mystery? As authorities continue to unravel the case, the world watches, waiting for the truth to finally come to light. The circumstances surrounding Gene Hackman's death were far more complex than initially believed. While the presence of an unidentified toxin in his system was alarming enough, what the FBI discovered inside his coffin was even more unsettling. According to leaked reports, 3 crucial pieces of evidence surfaced, fragments of a hidden narrative that raised more questions than answers. These discoveries suggested that Hackman's death was not only suspicious but possibly part of a larger conspiracy. The first and most perplexing find was a letter concealed beneath the coffin's fabric lining. Strangely, this letter was not recorded in any official funeral documentation. Those present at the exhumation noted that it appeared deliberately hidden. Its contents remain undisclosed, but 2 theories have emerged. One suggests that the letter was Hackman's final message, a personal warning or confession intended for someone he trusted. If so, why wasn't it included among his official estate documents? Why hide it where no one was expected to look? The second, far more chilling theory is that the letter contained information about Hackman's death, possibly even the names of those involved in his potential murder. If Hackman feared for his life, was this his last attempt to expose the truth? And if he did not place it there himself, who did? More importantly, will the FBI ever reveal its contents, or will they be classified and buried forever? The second discovery was a ring with a strange, unidentified engraving, an artifact that completely shifted the direction of the investigation. This ring was not known to be part of Hackman's personal jewelry collection, and the symbol etched into it had never been associated with him before. This led to speculation that Hackman may have been connected to a secret organization or an underground network. Symbolism experts analyzed the engraving, trying to trace its origins. Some suspected links to an obscure society within Hollywood or high-level financial circles, while others believe Hackman may have unknowingly stumbled upon dangerous information. Historical precedent suggests that covert groups use rings or insignias to identify members or issue warnings. If Hackman owned the ring before his death, it could mean he was aware of the danger he faced. If the ring was planted in his coffin, however, what message was it meant to send? A warning, a challenge, or a mark of execution? Regardless, one fact remains: the ring was never meant to be found. The third and potentially most incriminating discovery was a concealed document hidden within the coffin's lining. The exact timing and method of its placement remain unknown, but its presence indicates that someone went to great lengths to keep it secret. Leaked sources suggest that the document may contain vital financial information or evidence of a scandal involving Hackman before his death. If true, had he uncovered something he wasn't supposed to? Initial speculation pointed to possible links to money laundering or major financial dispute, particularly since large sums of money were withdrawn from Hackman's account before his death, with trails leading back to Leslie Hackman. This revelation led investigators to suspect that Hackman's death was not a random event but part of a larger financial cover-up. If this document was truly critical, who hid it? Did Hackman manage to stash it away himself, or was it secretly placed there during his funeral by someone who never expected the coffin to be reopened? Another terrifying possibility is that the document was meant to disappear forever, buried with Hackman under the assumption that no one would ever dig it up. Instead of clarifying the circumstances of Hackman's death, these discoveries deepened the mystery. The letter, the ring, and the hidden document all hinted at a concealed truth, one that could completely redefine the case. If Hackman was murdered, these artifacts might be the key to uncovering those responsible. At the same time, they suggested a far more unsettling possibility, that his death was linked to something much greater than personal disputes or financial crime. A hidden message, an enigmatic ring, and a buried financial document all pointed to a powerful force at play.